We're going to take a look at something a little bit different today. Behind me is the Azimut Magellano 53. Now, Azimut are well known for making very stylish flybridges, but they also make a range of trawler yachts, or swift trawlers at any rate. So if you notice, it's got that very upright vertical bow and a nice full beam and just a more stylish shape than the average trawler. But let's go and have a closer look and I'll show you what makes it quite so special. So first up, it has what they call a dual hull. So it's a hull that's very comfortable both at displacement speed and at semi-displacement or semi-planing speed. So it's comfortable up to about 22 knots maximum, but really where its sweet spot is around the kind of 14, 16 knots. Now the price for this is 1.2 million, including tax. And we'll get a closer look now on board. So first up, we can see that big bathing platform. That's a hydraulic bathing platform. You can obviously store your tender on there and it'll sink down into the water. And then up the steps into the cockpit. And you can see we've got gates on both sides, so you've got easy boarding access on both sides. And then a very nice seating area under the cockpit, which you can see the flybridge extension doesn't quite reach over that, so you've got a nice bit of sun there and a really big seating area, and then a proper little bar area here. So have a look under here. We've got a sink. Oh, that's quite a heavy one. Got a grill under there, a fridge, and that is the trash can. So, but very nice to be able to have a little serving area here looking out onto the cockpit, and look how much space there is here. It's a really massive space. There's actually a pile of floor space in between. The other thing is, being a trawler style yacht, you've got really solid deck gear. Look at the size of these cleats. You've got proper winches to haul it in, fair leads, and then somewhat surprisingly under here, if we lift this off, there we go, lift that off, pop that carefully on there. Under here you'll actually find a crew cabin. So swivel that up we go, and let's take a quick look down there while we can. Okay, here we are in the crew cabin. Not a huge amount of space, it's fair to say, but you have got a decent transom window letting in some natural light. Got a decent single bed that stretches under the cockpit seating. It's not quite standing headroom down here, but you can crouch well enough. And a little basin under here and a loo tucked behind the ladder. So, on a boat this size, you don't necessarily need a captain, but you can have one if you want to, or you can shove one of your kids down there. So, moving on round, it's got really lovely proper walk around decks. Now look at the size of those bulwarks there, and the gauge, the diameter of those stainless steel grab rails gives it a really substantial feeling. There's this lovely teak capping along the bulwarks and pop-up cleats, so they fold down nice and flat, means you don't catch anything on there. And then look at this foredeck area, another really big outdoor seating area. Big electric table here, you can see that goes up and down. You can adjust the height whether you want to make it a great big sun pad or a proper dining area. But look how big this is. You can easily seat 8 people round here, no problem at all. And then storage, plenty of storage going on. Got those storage lockers on both sides there. Just pop that away. Storage lockers again either side for all the covers. And as you can see, the decks carry on all the way around back into the cockpit, and even the actual access to the fuel tanks is hidden under a nice chunky piece of teak. Really good attention to detail. Now while we're outside, let me just put that down. We'll leave that in a good state. There we go. Pop the seats back on. Now then, flybridge. Again, look at the size of these steps. You haven't got a narrow ladder here. There's a really proper angled staircase. There's another fridge in there. So look at that, just so easy to walk up the steps. And here is the flybridge. So big seating area next to the helm. Again, a nice sociable layout. The skipper can be at the helm, taking charge of the ship, with all his guests sitting around the table right next to him. Sort of pod style screen with the MFD behind it. Throttles all conveniently on a little extension here, so it comes right to your hand, and you've even got the joystick. So this is powered by twin Cummins 500 horsepower engines, and crucially it has enormous fuel tanks of 3,200 litres, and with that dual mode hull it gives a fantastic range. So at 12 knots you'll get over 1,000 nautical miles. Right then, while we're up here, let's have a look. There's another wet bar up here with its own barbecue, and yet another ice maker by the looks of things. Yep, we've got an ice maker there, so you've got everything you need to have a barbecue, cool drinks up here. And then this aft section of the flybridge has been left clear. You probably can get the factory to put some kind of permanent furniture up here, but in this option we've just got plenty of space, a few beanbags to spread about, and a lovely area you can just chill out looking over the stern. And up here you can see this is the radar arch with all your radars and kit up here, but there's also a little shower built in there, so if you come in from a swim you can be on this aft deck area, shower off with fresh water, and then chill out on the beanbag. Nice idea. Right, let's pop back down and see what we have inside. So big wide opening doors. There's a really nice link between the cockpit and the saloon, and then straight into the aft galley. Again, very nicely equipped. Look at this, we've got Miele induction hob, then a proper little oven beneath that, and on this side there's a mini Bosch dishwasher. And you can see this is a boat that's really been built for cruising, so everything shuts properly, everything has its own place. Look at that beautiful woodwork, even in those cutlery drawers. But it just means that nothing is going to rattle around. Everything has a positive latch on it, and then the sink itself lives under there again, so when it's not in use it's a completely free surface and nice and tidy. Tap pops up, really good quality fittings. Azimut know how to do these things properly, they really do. Over on the starboard side, again, a positive latch to the fridge. Look at that, that's a proper sized fridge, domestic. And a freezer up top, all neatly integrated so it slides shut with the door. And then over on the starboard side, you've got your AV system. And again, look at this, positive latches on absolutely everything. So if you are in a bit of a seaway, nothing is going to slide out. But look how beautiful it is when you want to access it. Beautifully done, little holding trays for absolutely everything. What have we got up here? Oh, there we go. Again, look at that. Beautiful. All properly held in place. Soft close, and then lock it in place, and it's going to stay nice and secure there, whatever the sea. And again, more storage. Now this is the main saloon area. Got again big seating space with a high-low table. I think the controls are over here, so you can see that whirs nicely up and down. And watch this. So look at that, that all unfolds absolutely beautifully so that you've got a properly large dining table when you want to. There's no fiddling about with awkward supports underneath it. The whole thing just opens up and makes a dining table. And then when you want to have a more sociable or informal coffee table, close it all up again, swivel it back into place, and then down it goes, and you've got a really nice chilling area with a nice low coffee table you can sit around. Again, you're right next to the helm, so when you are skippering the boat, you're very much part of the action. The other thing I like here is you've got opening windows everywhere. So there's a nice opening window by the helm, there's another window over by the galley, and of course those big doors behind you, so you've got a really nice throughput of air. So helm itself, again, got the joystick, throttles, those twin 500 horsepower Cummins, and the wheel is quite low. I mean, the helm seat itself is electric, so you can bring that right down, but it is more the kind of traditional ship's wheel, that sort of vertical ship's wheel that just means you can chill out, put it on autopilot, nice big screen, and trundle away for those 1,000 miles at 12 knots. So coming down onto the lower deck, now remember this is only a 53-foot boat, so look how much space we've got. There is the master cabin. Azimut like this kind of offset bed idea, and it does work really well. It means you have more floor space around the foot of the bed, good headroom all the way round, nice big hull windows either side, and then the bathroom itself is part of that beam. So rather than having a full beam cabin and then a bathroom tucked behind it, you've actually got the bathroom on the starboard side here. Loo tucked behind the door, very nice marble sink, and a proper walk-in shower cubicle with a little sit-down area and plenty of space in there. Very nicely detailed, got all these mixtures of different textures, kind of fabric front, nice hanging locker, automatic lights in there, very pretty little bedside reading lights. Now coming back through here, there's a space under the stairs. You probably could put a washing machine there if you particularly wanted, but there is another location for that, which I'll show you in a minute. Now then, moving forward, there is a twin guest cabin on this side, on the port side of the boat. Twin bunk beds, not the largest of cabins, but you can certainly get a couple of kids in there. And again, a big hanging locker. And then over on the other side, there is actually another small cabin. In this instance, they got it set out more as a storage area. Lots of places to pack your stuff away, but that can be made up as another bed. So that is the fourth cabin, believe it or not, on this 53-foot boat. And both of those have access to the day heads on this side. So you can see, again, we've got a shower cubicle. This time it's one of the circular ones with a door that slides round. But that also has access to the forward cabin, which we'll have a look at in a minute. So this second bathroom is shared across the guests. Now, moving further forward, this is where the washing machine is currently stowed. That probably could fit in that other locker under the stairs if you wanted to, but in the meantime, it's out there in this kind of lobby area. So nice thing is it's not really going to disturb anyone. And then moving into the bow section, now this is where you can see the benefit of that vertical stem on the bow, because it means the beam carries all the way forward. You've got a lot of space in here, very smartly done, nice chair you can sit down at, read a book, windows either side, good storage again, nice hanging locker, cedar lined, keep the moths away, automatic light. Oh, it smells rather good in there too. And this is that access through to that shared bathroom. So you can see how it is ensuite, and if there's only two couples on board, then you can both have your own ensuite bathrooms. If you are cruising with more people, particularly with children, then you'll have to share that second bathroom. But think again, we're talking about a 53-foot boat here, and there are those 4 potential cabins. Not to mention the crew cabin, which you've already seen in the stern. So, one more thing to have a look at, and that is the engine room. Let's have a look under here. We can lift that up. Okay, let's drop down here. You can see it's quite a steep ladder, but we can get down here all right. And here we go. So, let's look forward first. These are the two 500 horsepower Cummins engines. They are both on V drives. You can see the shafts right under there, so the drive comes off that way and then reverses back towards the stern. It means the engines don't have to be quite so far forwards, leaving more accommodation space ahead of them. But you still get the nice traditional shaft drive feel. Nice and reliable and simple. Got the fuel strainers, 2 per engine, so you've always got some built-in redundancy. You can swap over to one of the fuel filters, clean out the other one, and then swap back. There's a generator here to keep everything running. There is room for a Seakeeper stabilizer if you want one. I don't think this boat has got it. And we can see the large fuel tanks on either side that give it that fantastic range. And then moving further aft, we can see a little technical space in here for the steering. So there you go. It's not quite standing headroom down here. It's crouching, but plenty of space to get to both the engines. And on a proper cruising yacht like this, that is exactly what you want. That is the Azimut Magellano 53. I hope you've enjoyed the tour. Do clock in again or subscribe with a little button on your screen and see more yacht tours courtesy of Motorboat and Yachting. Thanks for watching.